Hello there, and welcome to Disney Dreamlight Valley. Guys, I'm gonna reveal crazy secret about time bending today that's gonna change the way you play the game. Well, maybe. I'm sure a lot of people already know about it, but I actually myself discovered this just a couple of days ago during the live stream when somebody commented this huge secret, which I'm still confident a lot of people don't know about. So the purpose of this video is to make sure that as many people as possible know about this, because this is gonna absolutely save you hours and hours and hours of time and will allow you to be way more efficient with your time bending. And once again, if you already know this, great. But if you don't know this, let me know in the comments if this information was new to you. So I have made a guide on time bending a couple months ago when the game just came out. Well, in that guide, there was one thing that I could never explain and could never figure out. And of course, because there was like literally a couple days after the update. If you go into your collection in time bending, you can see here we have categories. There is ancient machines, time bending parts, gifts, fragments, and furniture. Now, the time bending parts are pretty easy. These can be found pretty much anywhere, depending on the hour of your hourglass, except Glimmer. This one can only be found in realms. But basically, 90% of the stuff that drops when you're time bending are going to be these items from this list, except Glimmer. Very rarely, you're going to get gifts or fragments. Now, in my previous video, I was very surprised. Nobody could understand how this works with the gifts, because it says universe and hangout bonus, and it didn't explain what the hell does that mean. People thought there were supposed to be gifts to characters from a certain universe. We tried gifting them, nothing happened. Since then, I have seen a lot of posts and comments to my videos and posts on Reddit, people being confused on how does this work, except using these items in crafting. What is the purpose, and how are they connected to specific universes? Well, I'm sure some people already knew this, but for me, personally, that was huge news. I have found one website. I tried to do some research on this topic to see how known this is. There's no information about it on any official wikis. At least I couldn't find any. There was only one website, I forgot which one, that basically had the same theory that I've seen on my live stream. And it's that these gifts are not to be used as gifts, but instead they are kinda the gifts from your companions when you hang out with them. I know, fascinating. So what does this potentially mean, and why is it so important? So let's say you want to craft time bending manuals. You want to convert as many people as you can to time benders, which I did. And I wish I knew this earlier, because it would save me a lot of time. But for the training manuals, you need pink bows, wooden oars, and dingle hoppers. Well, guess what? Pink bow is the universe and hangout bonus Mickey and Friends. Turns out, what this means is that when you hang out with a character from Mickey and Friends universe, you will have higher chance of dropping pink bow. Not obvious at all, right? That absolutely blew my mind. I always just hang out with whoever was closest to me as my time bender. However, apparently, if you choose a Mickey and Friends character, you will have higher chance to drop pink bow. Same goes with wooden oar if you hang out with Moana, or any character from Moana universe, which is Moana or Maui. You will get more wooden oars. Same with Dingle Hopper with a Little Mermaid. So crazy, right? I decided to test this because I've never seen an official source confirming this. It's not in a game. It's just basically, it's just a theory. A game theory. By the way, good luck, MatBat. Your journey on YouTube was amazing. Sad to see you go, but you deserve a break. So I did some testing. I have equipped Scrooge McDuck, and I've been doing some time bending for about 30-40 minutes. And I've been dropping bows left and right. Honestly, it was very obvious test. You can see in the end of our hangout session, I have had insane amount of bows. I got over 1 stack of bows, and they were clearly dropping way more often. So that does confirm the theory. Next, I switched to Moana, and I've been doing a lot of time bending with Moana. But for some reason, in this case, I just did not get wooden ore very much. I would get everything else. I would get the cookbook. I would get the Deadly Nightshade. I would get the embossed book. I would get paper lanterns, loots, everything. The wood story, but no wooden ores. So I was like, okay, does this mean that the theory is wrong? But then I would get like wooden ore 3 times in a very close proximity, which basically shows that the chance of getting these items is completely random. First of all, you don't even get gifts that often to begin with. I'm pretty sure the way it works, you are... Once again, I wish Dreamlight Leaks, if Dreamlight Leaks are watching, can you please try to get information? What are the actual chances of getting stuff during time bending? For me personally, it seems like it's about 50% chance to get missed. It's about maybe 30% chance to get one of the time bending parts. Then maybe it's about 10% chance to get a gift, and it's about 10% chance to get a fragment. That will be my guess on what the actual percentages are. So if you want to get specific gifts, for example, for a crafting recipe, or you want to craft manuals, so you're targeting specific couple items, you only have, once again, my guess, about 10% chance to drop a gift when you're time bending. And there is 15 different gifts in total, one for every universe. So this is one thing I was curious. What's going to happen when they add other universes? Are they going to add more gifts, potentially adding more crafting recipes for those gifts into your time bending table or furniture table? Like, we're going to get Monsters Inc., Tiana, Aladdin very soon, new universes. So we got to have gifts for those universes as well, because what's going to happen when you hang out with somebody who is not in this list, from the universe that is not in this list? So yeah, your chances of getting a specific thing are extremely low. But if you do equip a character from that universe, the chances are going to be slightly higher. And it doesn't mean that you're going to be dropping lots and lots and lots of these items. It just means, honestly, I have no idea what's the percentage gain if you hang out with a villager. But from what I've tested, it does seem to work. It doesn't seem to be mind-blowing. I would say maybe your chances are increased very slightly. But still, that's the edge that could save you hours in the long run if you're trying to grind for a big project. So how do we incorporate this into our gameplay? So let's say you just started with time bending and you want to get as many time benders as possible. So you're going to have to craft lots of manuals. So the best thing to do in this case is to, first of all, make whoever you haven't assigned a profession yet, make them time benders right away. Then hang out with, well, potentially if you can hang out with somebody who is a Mickey, or a Mickey universe, or Little Mermaid universe, or Moana universe, those are going to be the next villagers to become time benders. I've seen so many people saying, okay, makes sense to make Merlin Fairy Godmother as your time benders. It does make sense logically, but it's just not an efficient way to do things, because if you assign, for example, Scrooge McDuck or Mickey Mouse, whoever from Mickey and Friends universe, you will, and hang out with them while farming, while time bending, you will have higher chance to get one of the fragments. And then once you get that fragment, then like once you craft another book, give it to Prince Eric or Little Mermaid, whoever you whichever Little Mermaid character you have to hang out with, and then finish it with Moana and Maui. Get at least one character from every one of those universes as a time bender as soon as possible, because it's gonna save you many hours in the long run, because you'll be able to have higher drop chances for the fragments you actually need to create even more time benders. To be honest, there's not even much you can craft with most of the gifts. Like, the only gifts that you will need a lot of consistently are probably going to be those 3 that are used for time bending manuals. Otherwise, you just need to craft things like figurines. What else do you even craft with these? Wait, I've been just checking the wiki. There's literally nothing you can use the gifts on after you crafted all the figurines. Figurines are the only things, except the time bending manuals. That's crazy. Once again, I don't know why I assumed they were in more recipes, but this is gonna be your main sink pretty much for all the time bending gifts. So there's absolutely no reason to ever, in my opinion, hang out with anybody who is not from any of these 3 universes, unless you already have all of the time bending manuals that you need. But it's also always nice to have more. So Moana, Little Mermaid, or Mickey and Friends. Crazy things. I just learned a lot of stuff in the last couple of days about time bending. So that's the gifts. Now let's talk about something way cooler. Now, unlike the gifts, the fragments you are gonna need a lot of, because once you I'm pretty sure you can craft multiple of every item, and I don't think it will be available from Scrooge store after you craft it. So if you want multiple of these, you're gonna have to craft them over and over again, and for this you're gonna need a lot of glimmer, and you're gonna need a lot of actual fragments. So how do fragments work? This one is a little bit more complicated. Fragments, as far as Wiki says, there is no particular schedule for fragments. They literally appear randomly. So every day, you're going to be assigned one random fragment that will be available on that day, which means that everybody will have a different fragment on the same day. This is linked to a player, and it's completely random, which means you can have the same fragment couple days in a row, and if you're super unlucky, you're gonna have certain fragments that you will not have for a while. Like, I have never had these 2, at least not the days where I actually tried to look for them, which was like last 2 weeks. I've been checking every single day because I want to craft every single item. I've been checking every single day to get Broken Sword or Cracked Palace Tower. I had not seen them available on the day once in 2 weeks. However, piano leg, I feel like I get it every other day. I don't need this many piano legs, okay? So if you are missing certain fragments, please pay attention and check every single day and try to get as many of these as possible. This is, in my opinion, the most valuable part of time bending, and why you're doing time bending is to get as much of these as possible so you can craft some of the coolest items in the game, like V8 Cafe, the palace tower, the piano. You can see them on your time bending table. Super cool items, absolutely worth it. And of course, the regular time bending parts, they're gonna be dropping like hotcakes, and these are used pretty much in almost every single furniture recipe from the new expansion. So you're gonna need a lot of these, but good news, you're gonna have a lot of these from trying to get some of the better items as well. Gifts, however, for the most parts, are gonna be useless, and you should probably sell them or hoard them in case they will ever get useful again. Like, most of them right now are not used for anything after you craft the figurines for your time scramble coin. I've seen a lot of questions about the cores, how to get cores. Make sure that you have level 3 hourglass as soon as you can, because it's gonna increase, basically gonna have a chance to drop level 3 cores as early as possible, and just keep time bending. They're just gonna appear every once in a while, just like these items. From my personal experience, they're slightly more rare than the other parts, but they're not extremely rare. They're definitely dropping quite a lot for me, and if you went for a while without getting any cores, you're probably gonna hit a jackpot pretty soon. So yeah, hopefully this was useful. It does make a difference, so make sure to hang out with the right characters so you maximize your chance of getting the gifts that you actually want compared to the gifts that you will never need. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know in the comments if you knew about this, and if you did you how much more of the gifts from that universe have you been getting while grinding? Because in my experience, I didn't even notice until I was specifically told that that's how it works. So I feel like the increase is very, very minimal, but still you gotta take any advantage you can get with time bending, and you definitely want to have at least a decent chunk of time benders if you want to craft some of the coolest items in the game. I think it's definitely worth it. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Have a wonderful day, and check out my Twitter account, the link in the description. Bye bye.